Hey Suburban Psychics, welcome back. Today's question is from Michael. And Michael says, I'm having trouble at work with my colleague. What can you advise? Now, even though to most people this sounds incredibly vague, it's actually perfect that he's not giving me the backstory. Because I think when we get caught up in the story about something, we can be drawn into blame and justification, and we can become reactive rather than active in the situation. So it's great that we're not getting drawn into story here with this question. And, you know, in situations where you're having trouble with somebody, I think it's good to remember that whatever they're doing, it's all about them. It's never about you. Unless maybe you're being a real asshole. Then maybe it's a little bit about you. But usually it's all about them, whatever's going on for them. And you need to keep your focus on you. Because sure, it takes two to tango, but you can only control your feet. So you need to keep the focus on you, which is great that he's doing so by coming to an oracle and asking what it can advise for him in this situation. So let's see what the oracle has to offer. I'm not being drawn to anything on the table. So we're going to, yep, nothing really is grabbing me. So let's have a look at what else might come out. Well, I can barely see it hiding behind here, but it looks like Stephen Pressfield's book, Not the War of Art, which is absolutely fantastic and a must read, but his other little book, Turning Pro. Stephen Pressfield, love his work, so we'll see what Stephen's got to offer Michael today. Oh, okay, and straight to Belinda Grace's book, sorry. You Are Abundant. Okay, we'll see what that's going to give us. And oh, okay. Sonia Choquette. Trust your vibes. All right, let's get into it and see what we have for Michael. So, Turning Pro, Stephen Pressfield. I've gone to page 27. I'm just going to make a note of that for Michael so that we can put a detailed response by email to him, but also a blog post up outlining all the books, which you'll be able to click on a link and go and see this book on Amazon if it interests you and you want to read it further. So that's just to help you quickly and easily use this as a resource. And page 27 says, here we go, The Addict as Dramatic Hero. Robert McKee, in his story seminars, testifies that the essential quality in a fictional protagonist, i.e. the hero in a book or a movie, is that he or she must possess the passion and the will to push the story to the limits of human experience in order to achieve their goal. Otherwise, there'd be no story. This heroic monomania is also the definition of the addict. The lush or the junkie will sell their own mother to score the substance she is jonesing for. So I think, Michael, are you being drawn into the drama of this situation because you're the hero? You need to overcome something. You're the hero of your own story, of your own life. And some heroes need to be slaying dragons. And if you're having trouble with this colleague at work, there's a little dragon in front of you that you want to slay. So what the oracle is saying is, look at your own motivations around engaging in this situation and continuing to engage in this situation. Are you, in a little addictive sense, being drawn into being the hero who is the hero of his own story, of his own drama? So that's really useful. Sometimes we can get drawn into these kind of archetypal dynamics with people, and it takes somebody pointing it out to us for us to go, oh wow, like I could walk away from this. I don't have to be the hero that slays this dragon. So that was really cool. That was really cool. I'm going to make a note of that, Turning Pro. Next one is Belinda Grace. You Are Abundant. Why You're Enough the Way You Are. We'll see what Belinda's got to offer for us. Oh my God, I love it. when the oracle leaves me almost speechless. I have gone straight to chapter 13, entitled The Silver Waterfall, and it says the purpose of a healthy personal boundary is to assist you with making choices that are aligned to your highest good. The angels call this discernment. So what's a healthy boundary for you, Michael, with this person, engaging with this colleague that you're having trouble with and their behavior? What's a healthy boundary for you? And are you honoring your own healthy boundaries? Really think about, is a boundary walking away from somebody, or is a boundary engaging with them and having the integrity to stand up to them? I don't know the backstory here. I don't know whether you need to be more of an assertive presence in this dynamic or not. That's for you to figure out based on the information that the oracle's offering. But the second thing is definitely about your boundaries, and are you honoring your healthy boundaries? So I'm quickly going to make a note of that. You are boundaries. And the last one is Sonia's book, Trust Your Vibes. So again, just intuitively being led to a page. I'm going to page 149. Make a note of that. I'm just going to quickly scan to see what I'm being drawn to. The paragraph that's really just jumping out at me, it looks like the end of a story she's telling, and he's asking questions. His question is, do you think someone's trying to tell me something? And she says, gee, I don't know, Alex. Given the past intuitive readings that you've had with me, what do you think? Alex took the hint and signed up for a basic improv class that day. The last I heard was that he loved acting and was still pursuing it. I don't know if he ever got any professional work, but that wasn't the point. What he got from the class was the opportunity to express his true self. Teacher guides are inspiring, but to benefit from their messages, you have to take an honest look at how much you could still stand to learn. You must agree to be a student again. She then goes on to talk about, in readings, how guides and things show up in the readings that she provides for her clients. I like what she says here around what he got from the class wasn't necessarily what everybody else would get from it. And I think in this situation you're in, Michael, it's if you're expressing your true self, you'll get something out of this situation, and it will dissolve and go away. It's like what you resist persists. So whilst you're engaged in a dynamic with your colleague, whilst you're resisting and being triggered and angry, what you resist persists. And once you get the lesson from it and you express your true self, then it's just going to drift away. It's going to solve itself, because that's how life works. That's how lessons work. I love these answers today. Michael, I hope you've gotten some insight there that you can work with. And I thank everybody else for watching, and I hope you've got something out of it too. Do think about subscribing so that you don't miss any other answers. They may just provide that little spark of awareness or a direction for you to think that you otherwise mightn't have had access to. And do remember, you are connected, and that the universe is trying to speak with you at all times and communicate with you, and therefore the question you ask absolutely has the power to move you forward or to keep you stuck. So, my little suburban psychics, what's your question?